Blog Talk Radio.
The views, opinions, and dialogue expressed on this radio show may not necessarily be of the host, co-host, guest, or even Block Talk Radio. Listener discretion is advised.
Folks, welcome to another week of DTM Wicked Radio's Paranormal Circus. I'm Will Scollville, joined by Robbie Prince and the soon-to-be, in a little while, Alyssa Onyx. We've got a great show for you tonight, folks. We're going to do something a little bit different than what we've done the last couple weeks. We're going to revive Vince the Madman. We're going to bring back some of his classics. Who Vince the Madman is? He's a crazy person that walks around the streets of Austin, Texas, gets interviews from people just as crazy or crazier than him. So he asked them if they've ever seen a ghost, if they believe in the paranormal, if they know aliens, if you know what I'm saying. It doesn't get any more crazy than Vince. So that's going to be awesome. Also, we're going to talk about some stuff tonight. We're going to have the Huffington Post Weird News. You're going to dig that. There's a lot of crazy things going on in the world, and we're going to tell you about it right here on the Paranormal Circus, because that's what we do. Not only that, speaking of a circus, animals, that sort of thing, we're going to do a few minutes on a thing I like to call spider goats. That's right, spider goats. So they're real, they're out there, and you're going to learn more about them right here. Also, we've had some mail over this past week. A lot of things have been going on. A lot of stuff has been said. People are reaching out to us. They want to hear more this, more that, more this, more that. Well, I actually told them, hey, well, what is this and that? We want to hear it. You know. So they sounded off, and they told me what they wanted to hear. And I think we're going to... I'm not going to tell you about it right now. I'm going to save that because you'll hear it now. Then what you'll do is you'll reach down below by your feet on your old desktop there, and you might turn it off. You know, you're listening to Blog Talk Radio, and you're listening over the internet more than likely, unless you got your iHeart Radio app fired up on your flip phone. Yeah. Anyways, you're probably reaching down to your PC that has like about 3 gigabytes left of memory because you've been downloading some bad stuff off the internet, and you're down in your mom's basement. Hopefully, she's not calling you for dinner. So, and I'm getting off topic here. I'm sorry. Not everybody listens to our radio show, lives in their mom's basement, plays around with their PC, and downloads things they shouldn't be downloading. I don't think. But that's all good. Well, actually, it's not, but whatever. You get what I'm trying to say here. Anyways, without further ado, before I go into any more stuff, I'm not going to tell you everything we're going to do in the next 60 minutes because it's 60 minutes of madness and mayhem. And if it was choreographed, it would be championship wrestling.
Wolfpack in the
Wolfpack is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys are wrestling. Testing competition when the war does the mission. Not no mercy, see the rings like the street. If you don't know, you better find out the Wolfpack. Here to prove a point, number one, just believe that you don't want to tussle with them. I'll be there for them, come in the ring with them, you're never walking out again. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack.
So there. Anyways, without further ado, Mr. Robbie Prince.
Hey, what's happening?
You're happening, Prince.
You have a good week?
Yes, I did have a good week. I feel pretty good too. I got enough sleep last night. I went to the store before I came home here to set up for the radio show. I mean, in the studio here. And Robbie, I went and I bought this huge pineapple at H-E-B, sliced it up, ate it. I'm feeling pretty nice.
Bet.
You know what? Those pineapples from H-E-B are from Costa Rica. And in Costa Rica, they've got more nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and all that kind of stuff in their soil. So what that does is kind of translates into their fruit and everything. And you end up getting more, I guess, satisfied from eating their fruit and whatnot. You live longer. That's what I'm trying to say. At least
that's cool.
It's awesome, man. So what have you been doing, Prince?
I'm getting ready for an investigation this weekend down in Mineral Wells.
What kind of investigation? Like
it's
NCIS? CSI?
It's near the Baker's Hotel there. And it's going to be cool. As a matter of fact, I think what we're doing is we're going to the Hill House.
Wow. That's going to be creepy.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
Wow. Have you done much history on the place? Do you know much about it?
The only thing he's really told us, I haven't done any research on it yet. I actually have somebody doing that right now as we speak. But he pretty much told us that the people that built the house, two of the people died in the house, and then they had a cousin there that committed suicide in that house. So that's kind of interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he said they're all documented dead, so we're checking it out. Pretty weird.
Man. Yeah, it's always weird when somebody dies in the house. But I mean, it happens. It's got to happen all the time, probably.
Yeah, it's strange.
When you get sick or something, they call the paramedics and then ship you off to the hospital. But there's some people that maybe never get that far. They die before they even leave the house. It just feels creepy.
It is. It's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. I don't know. It's weird. If anybody's wondering what that creek is, it's not like some, I don't know, old rickety chair. It's actually just some old rickety chair that I sit in. It's a piece of crap that I've been telling myself, hey, self, you need to buy another chair because you're in studio, you're live each week. Everybody hears that in the background. They hear the squeaking of the chair, and it's unprofessional. But I think that just adds flavor to the show, I think.
Yeah.
Or just because I'm just too cheap to buy another chair. Which the latter is.
That probably sounds more like it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's just gonna pay I don't know. But eventually I'll replace that, folks. Send your donations to the Paranormal Circus for Will's new chair. That'd be great. So we're waiting on Alyssa Onyx right now, Robbie.
Yeah.
She said
I don't know where she is.
I know it. She said she's doing something like to make money.
Oh man.
That's what she said. She said she needs money, money, money. I think she said it 3 times in her message.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So I don't know. Yeah, maybe she's got some work.
Maybe she's
something.
got a paper route.
That's a possibility. Or she's delivering pizzas for Domino's.
Maybe Mr. Jim's.
Ooh, maybe. Huh. That could be. I mean, you never know. Onyx is multi-talented. She could be doing anything right now. We kidded around before that when she didn't show up on time that she was flying down on Congress under the bridge there with all the other bats and stuff. Maybe she's giving tours down there, downtown Austin.
Hey,
I
Elizabeth.
always wondered, do you think that if you took enough bats and like hooked them up to ropes and stuff, and you made like a harness type thing, do you think you can have like enough bat power to actually elevate you into the air and maybe fly you around downtown Austin?
I don't know. It's
weird.
probably what she said. She's probably giving tours in the Bat Cave, Same bat time, same Bat Cave,
Nice. I love it because she's not really on here to defend herself. She'll get really mad at us. Hopefully she won't listen to the first part of the show.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hello, Alyssa. We miss you very much. I think about you every time I see a bat. Robbie, I do have some great news this week. Actually, it's the weird news from Huffington Post. Hey, folks can go on there anytime and listen to, you can listen to the news right here, and then you can go on to the Huffington Post and read it for yourself, maybe watch an associated video of it. I mean, that would be really cool, don't you think? It sounds like fun to me. I don't know. It sounds really cool. But there's one article in particular that kind of fascinated me. It kind of my curiosity. And it is this. Alabama caveman arrested, allegedly sneaking drugs into music festival. And it's got his picture. That's why I want people to go to Huffington Post Weird News and check this out. It is so cool. There is this dude on here who he's kind of got, I wouldn't say a bowl cut. He's got kind of a regular haircut. And he's got a good-sized beard, and he looks like he's wearing fur. And he does kind of look like a caveman. It's pretty cool.
A caveman with a stylish hairdo.
Yeah. He's got kind of like a skater cut or something. Did you hear that? What in the world was that? Oh, anyway. The story goes like this. It says, poor caveman. All he wanted to do was get his crunk and groove out to Queens of the Stone Age. What does it say? A music festival attendee was picked up on a drug possession charge by Alabama police earlier this month. Apart from sporting a shaggy mop and a full beard, Christopher Woods, 29, was wearing a hairy vest that closely matched the rusty hue of his own locks when he was arrested. And it says Woods' get-up and subsequently bleary-eyed mug shot got the internet talking. Smoking gun Alabama caveman with a mug shot taken in 10,000 BC. These people are like goofing on him here. That's funny. Although the New York Daily News struggled to comprehend why the scruffy Huntsville native appeared to be rocking Netherlands-style garb. No, it says Neanderthal. I'm sorry, I can't read good, folks. I can't read good. I'm messing that in my 6th grade education. Sorry, I couldn't help it. It says Alabama ABC affiliate stations report that Woods allegedly got caught with MDMA pills and a small amount of marijuana while entering the festival. That means some security guard probably patted down the Alabama caveman. Oh, golly, that's great. So this dude, what is MDMA pills, Robbie? Do you know?
MDA pills?
It says MDMA.
I don't know. Is that those pills, like a marijuana pill? They, for like medical reasons. It's like a medical. I don't know what it stands for.
It could be. I don't know. I have no idea. But he had some weed with him too, and stuff. Rocking a Neanderthal style garb. That's awesome. I call it Netherlands style. I'm out of my mind. That's pretty funny. But so check out. If you go to the Weird News, go to Dumb Crime, and it's under that for Alabama Caveman. But he might not have been dumb. I mean, he might just, be a fancy dresser. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, here's another great story. Man killed wife for serving lentils, not goat. He got pissed off after he got some beans. It says, New York City prosecutors say a 75-year-old man beat his wife to death because she served him lentils for dinner instead of the goat he was craving. Noor Hussein is on trial in Brooklyn for murder in the death of his 66-year-old wife, Nazar Hussein. Prosecutors say in the opening statements that Hussein was outraged over the prospect of eating lentils. He was pissed. I don't want these stupid beans. I want goat. Don't ever get overly pissed off if somebody gives you beans instead of goat.
Okay, I'll remember that.
It said that he pummeled his wife until she was a bloody mess.
God dang.
Oh, my gosh. It says defense attorney Julie Clark admitted that Hussein beat his wife. She says he is guilty of only manslaughter because he didn't intend to kill her. I'm going to just beat the crap out of you for these beans. Oh. It said, wow, the defense attorney, Ms. Clark said, wife beating is customary in Hussein's native Pakistan.
What?
Well, all right then. So if you live in Pakistan, you know, it's okay. I mean, she serves you some lentils instead of goat. It's time for a beatdown. And then you just get wow, that's crazy. No wonder why they're coming over here and getting all these high-tech jobs and stuff like that. Saving, you know, who wants to get their butt kicked because they brought, you know, they brought their husband some beans instead of some goat. They show a picture of the lentils too. So, you know, this is the kind of food that she brought him. You know, go to Huffington Post, Weird News, and it's under dumb crime, and you can see a Brooklyn man killed wife for serving lentils, not goat. So yeah, you can see a picture of the lentils. They actually look delicious.
Lentils?
Yeah, they're like beans. It's like bean soup.
Gross.
It looks good. See, there you go, Robbie. You're going to get pissed off and beat somebody.
No.
Beans again.
I'm sick of farting every night.
They give me gas. Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? What is wrong with people?
Oh.
But there's a lot of good news on here. And speaking of some of the news from Huffington Post, last week we spoke about here, let me hit my thesaurus here and see if I can fix my face to talk right. We talked about a bath salt zombie. And we did like an infomercial type thing, a regular PSA regarding bath salt zombies. And it's something I need to talk about, I need to address, because, Robbie, I'm not even kidding you, I have actually seen a zombie. For real. I did. I seen one today.
Really? Was it driving a red car?
No, but it's funny you should say it was driving. Did you see one too?
No, I guess not.
Okay. So, I had like 4 emails asking, hey man, I want to hear that bath salt zombie infomercial thing again. Because it was funny. People thought it was hilarious. And they thought it was really cool. So, I'm going to play that right now for everybody because it's freaking awesome, man. Oh, here you go, right here. Only on DTM Wicked Radio's Paranormal Circus.
Bath salts are a combination of several chemical synthetic drugs manufactured in labs. Many of these labs are in China or India. Bath salts mainly consist of 3 chemicals which make up MDPV. However, it is estimated that there are as many as 100 different bath salt chemicals available and in circulation. bath salts can be smoked, snorted, or injected. When you ingest them, the chemical mephedrone causes an excess amount of the neurotransmitter dopamine to be released into your brain. Dopamine is a naturally occurring chemical in your brain that causes you to experience pleasurable emotions and feelings. With bath salts, these feelings are intensified by the large amounts of dopamine being produced. At the same time, MDPV acts as a dopamine reuptake inhibitor. This means that MDPV doesn't allow the dopamine in your brain to be reabsorbed. The short-term effect of consuming bath salts, then, is that you feel very happy and euphoric because your brain keeps producing more and more dopamine that isn't being reabsorbed by your synapses. While you will feel happy and energetic shortly after taking bath salts, soon these will turn into feelings of paranoia and even fear. The large amounts of dopamine in your brain will make it difficult for you to think rationally, and you will become restless and incapable of sleeping. You may also experience fluctuations in mood and attention span. You will experience an increased heart rate, which will result in higher blood pressure and often anxiety or paranoia. You will also begin to sweat. Because bath salts make your body function at a faster than normal level, many people who do bath salts also experience hyperthermia. Hyperthermia occurs when your body overheats because it's producing more heat than it can release at a given time. When you begin experiencing increased heart rate, high blood pressure, and hypothermia, your body believes that you are under attack. This is because the bath salts are overloading your brain and nervous system with what your body perceives as defensive mechanisms. Likewise, when you don't sleep, your body believes that you are remaining alert because of a perceived threat. Because bath salts will prevent you from sleeping, your body will release stress hormones to assist with the assumed danger. However, when no danger is actually present, the increase in stress hormones can cause paranoia and delirium. The high levels of dopamine in your brain, combined with the negative effects of sleep deprivation, can also cause you to hallucinate. Bath salt hallucinations are not bright and colorful like many drug-induced hallucinations are portrayed in the media. Rather, these hallucinations are typically dark and threatening because the bath salts are causing your body to react as if it were in danger. While on bath salts, you may also experience what seems to be superhuman strength. However, the truth is you are not any stronger than you were before. The increased dopamine and stress hormones in your body are causing you to be insensitive to pain. Therefore, you can experience a great deal of pain and not so much as flinch. This doesn't mean you can't be hurt, however. Your body is simply unresponsive to the normal nerve signals and warning signals that indicate a dangerous situation. Because they cause hypothermia, paranoia, hallucinations, and a low perception of pain, using bath salts can result in very dangerous and potentially life-threatening situations. If you or someone you know is using bath salts, contact Clarity Way today to learn how you can get help.
The views, opinions, and dialogue expressed on this radio show may not necessarily be of the host, co-host, guest, or even Block Talk Radio. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to DTM Wicked Radio's Paranormal Circus. I'm Will Scollville, joined by Robbie Prince and none other than Alyssa Onyx.
What's up?
That was such good timing.
It was perfect.
No, like I literally called and you had the little entry single on. I was like, oh, look at that. I'm good like that.
Exactly. You know, we're glad that you made it on the show tonight.
Me too. It's been a day, but I did. I made it. Yay.
You were making money?
Yeah, thank God. It's the end of the month. I'm like, oh my God. The trials and tribulations of a freelance makeup artist. Yeah.
Oh.
But no, we're good. We're good.
Because we tried to maybe imagine or think up or whatever what you may be doing to make money. We talked about that earlier.
Oh God.
I suggested that possibly you were delivering pizzas for Domino's.
Y'all know what I do. Y'all know I do makeup. Jerks.
Is that like a code word? Makeup is a code word?
No, it's not code words. It's like
Okay.
6-7 years of makeup. Legit makeup.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We'll take your word. We appreciate it. Yes.
Thanks.
So, yes, Alyssa Onyx is a freelance makeup artist. She will come paint your face.
Yes. I love it. It's taxing, but I love it.
It's awesome. You do, like, people who are getting married and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Ever since I was, like, 19, I was working with different companies and building my portfolio up. And then, just the last year and a half, I was able to branch off and just kind of go wherever I'd like. I do a lot of weddings. Weddings is what, especially here in the Hill Country, weddings is big for me. Downtown events, birthdays.
Did some, like, girls, like, pay big money to get their makeup done sometimes before they go out, like on a weekend even?
Yeah, it's amazing how much people will pay, honestly, like to just not even have to worry about that part of their day or their night. I mean, weddings I can understand. It's one less thing to deal with. But, like, yeah, like girls' night out, I mean, it's crazy. Because then, like, the girls will get to drinking, and then they'll just tip you, like, really well. It's like, oh, okay. That's cool. But the downside is, not being at a counter, so I have to use my own products, and sometimes that means girls will steal things, and I've dealt with that often. But
that's terrible.
every job has it. Yeah, but it is what it is. But, yeah, that's fun. I like it.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about today. I was like, man, I like to see, like, Alyssa and Robbie do, like, a segment. Each have their own segment. So right now you were just the makeup corner or something like that.
Cool.
Makeup artist corner. We just did a segment.
Like that. I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. That was really good. So that worked out perfectly. Things come together.
Great.
Order out of chaos. Now, I played the bath salt zombie infomercial that I played last week, the PSA on not to do bath salts because it's really bad. And it tells you all the crazy side effects that you'll get. And I'm thinking, why would anybody want to do that? But I had like 4 or 5 people send me Facebook messages saying, hey, I want to hear that again. I thought it was funny, blah, 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 blah. But actually I'm doing it each week, like, so people won't use bath salts.
I'd hope wow. That's, yeah.
This is my service to society. Don't do bath salts.
There you go. If you're doing your good deed by preventing someone, God forbid, for doing something like that, then good for you. That's ridiculous.
And one of the reasons, too, why I played that tonight, I don't know 100% sure if this was a bath salt zombie, but I did encounter a zombie today. I really did.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And
yeah,
I tried to label it because there's all kinds of different kinds of zombies. And so the only thing I could come up with was the 40 mph brain freeze zombie. Yeah, that's a zombie. And I made it up, and because I seen it. Here's what it is. Okay. Today I had a function to attend to this morning. I had to take care of business. So I'm like, I had to get downtown pretty quick afterward. And I anticipated there being no traffic. And if there was a little bit of traffic, they'd be moving at a normal rate of speed. I consider a normal rate of speed about 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. right? I mean, is that about? I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, at least you're not going to get a ticket, and you're moving along okay. It's not like normally I'm 35 or whatever. If I'm going with traffic and everybody's flying, I'll do 85, 90. I could care less. But in rural areas and different things, about 5 miles over. So I'm going right.
Well,
check this out. I'm driving. I'm going down a road. The speed limit is 50 miles an hour. This person in front of me is doing between 42 and 45 for like, I would have to guesstimate about 4 miles in places that I could not pass.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what is wrong with this? Maybe their car won't go fast. Maybe they're overcautious, or maybe they're just a zombie. Okay, a zombie behind the wheel, a 40-mile-per-hour brain freeze zombie. Okay, well, I didn't come to that conclusion like right off the bat. I was kind of brainstorming and everything. So they turn on to Brody. When you first turn on to Brody from exactly. So you know these areas. So when I turn on to Brody from 1626, it's 40 miles an hour. So I'm saying to myself, what's this person going to do now? They're just going to 45 and a 50 like some idiot. Now we turn on to Brody, and I'm not even kidding you. It's 40 miles an hour. They're going 40. I'm like, whoa, incredible. They've just been rehabilitated. Or maybe their medicine is starting to kick in now. I don't know. So I drive a little further. It goes from 40 to 35 miles per hour, right? The speed limit. You know what this person does? They don't change their speed. They're still going 40. So I'm like, wait a minute. They're not exercising any type of judgment whatsoever. They don't recognize speed limit signs. They don't know anything. They're stuck on 40. And so I'm assuming that this person is a zombie because they don't have the ability to think properly like most zombies don't. They're just going on instinct. Their instinct is to push that damn accelerator maybe a quarter of the way down, which in case translates to 40 miles an hour. So I'm thinking these people are zombies. And the thing about it is, that's not the only one. I've spotted several around here. So I'm thinking there's a pandemic of some type going on around here. There's something in the water. I don't know. But these zombies, the ability to operate a motor vehicle in the state of Texas. So if anybody sees any out there, I'm not sure if they're the basalt zombies, because I could have – see, that scares me because I could have stopped this vehicle and said, hey, what was your problem? Are you some kind of idiot? Don't you know how to use your accelerator? They could have ate my face off. You know what I mean? Could happen.
Those are just Austin drivers.
Yeah, that sounds like everyone.
God, it's so bad here. Like, I lived in L.A., and I thought that was bad. Austin drivers cannot drive.
You got that right. Tell them, sister.
Oh, my God.
So there's more?
Dude, Austin is horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
That's scary. So what do I have to do? Do I have to hack their head off? Do I have to blow their head off with a shotgun? Or cut with a chainsaw? What do I got to do?
Stick a piece of dynamite up there, just shine it up real nice and neat, and chop it up their butt and light it.
You have to remove their head to take care of them.
I don't specialize in zombies. I have no idea.
Oh, man. I don't know what to do. I'm freaked out. These things they're obviously all over the place. I don't have time to deal with every single one of them. I don't know. So we'll talk about this each week, and I will continue to play Basalt Zombie infomercial. So maybe we can educate the populace so they can help us with this. I don't know. Maybe we could do like a crowdfunding thing and maybe generate money to help us, with this cause that we got here. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm freaked out. So,
oh my goodness.
So that was my sighting today, a zombie, and I call it the 40 mph brain freeze zombie. If I see more during the week, I'll make sure I make note of it and we talk about it next week. So, but without further ado, you know what? I'm going to play a tune right now before we get into our next subject, and I'll let you guys ponder this for a minute. And the subject's going to be spider goats.
What?
Yes. Spider. Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to Google it or something, but it's really cool. Anyways, before we get into spider goats, we're going to play a tune here from Heaven Below called Subdivisions. It's a Rush cover tune featuring none other than Captain Kirk, William Shatner, right here. But you see these guys at the Rot Rally in a couple weeks. Anyway, Heaven Below, right here.
the Solar Federation. Attention all planets of the Solar Federation. Attention all planets of the Solar Federation. Attention all planets of the Solar Federation. We have assumed control. We have assumed control. We have assumed control. We have assumed.
Opinions and dialogue expressed on this radio show may not necessarily be of the host, co-host, guest, or even Block Talk Radio. Listener discretion is advised.
Folks, welcome back to DTM Wicked Radio's Paranormal Circus. And if you want to talk to us, ask us a question, send us a nasty message, go to our Facebook page, Paranormal Circus. It's easy. Like it. Send it. Like I said, send a message. I'm not sure I'll respond, but you can ask us a question. And maybe if you're nice enough, you can maybe hit us up on our own Facebook pages. We may accept you as a friend or not. We'll have to see. You know, if you're one of those fake profiles or something like that, where you're like some old guy sitting in his underwear in his hoarding house with all his pizza boxes stacked up and stinky and smelly, and you're pretending you're a lovely young lady so you can talk to people. We're probably not going to accept you as a friend. I'm just going to go put that out there right now. I'm not. I'm sick of those kind of guys. I'm not even kidding. They friend request me, people like that. You know, and you know how I know that it's them? Because it'll be like a beautiful girl, right? I mean, gorgeous pictures, all this kind of stuff. And then I'll go down and I'll look at her friends, and it's these like 40, 50-year-old guys, like about 5, 6, 7, 10 of them. And that's all her friends. I'm like, really? Oh, okay. I guess this is a fake profile. You know what I'm saying, Onyx?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Next thing you know, this freak is trying to poke you. It's terrible.
Damn.
It is. You know, I've had that happen before. You know, these guys and stuff, they pretend to be girls on Facebook, and then they start poking you. They're trying to talk to you and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I end up being as nasty and rude as I can to these people. Because honestly, if they would approach me like that, you know, I wouldn't be able to turn the other cheek, man. I would knock them flat. I'm putting it out there. I will. You know, some old creepy. Okay, I'm trying to think of a nice word. Bastard. Yeah, I'm not going to put up with it, right? Who's going to put up with that crap? It's terrible.
Yeah.
So we're just putting that out there to our thousands of listeners. You know, if you're that guy, just put pictures up of yourself. Hang around people your own age and stuff, or whatever, or your own demographic. How's that? Yeah, it's crazy.
Stay away.
How did I get on that? I don't know why I'm talking about that for. It's kind of weird. I don't even know what made me do it. But no. Oh, that was Heaven Below, and of course that was Subdivisions. And they will be at the Republic of Texas Biker Rally June 12th through the 14th of this year. And they will be opening for none other than Sammy Hagar, the Red Rocker. So
that's cool.
That's going to be good, right? Forever Town's going to be there too. The Black Moods will be there. So there's going to be quite a few folks that have been on the show before. They're going to be there. So that's going to be pretty cool. So we'll have to see how that goes. Oh, I forgot. Spider Goats. It's awesome. Who'd ever think that you can merge a spider with a goat? It's crazy. Yeah. You get this stuff called BioSteel. and I'm not even kidding you, BioSteel was a trademark name for a high-strength-based fiber material made from the recombinant, I think that's a word, recombinant, recombinant spider silk-like protein extracted from the milk of transgenic goats. It was made by Nexia Biotechnologies. So yeah, it's a real deal. Who else is going to talk about spider goats? Except for us here on the Paranormal Circus. Imagine that. They produce this stuff, this silk protein type, and you could make like armor out of it. Military uses it. Transgenic. It's kind of scary. If they do that, what else can they do? What else have they tried to do? It's really weird.
Everything.
Yeah, they have. I know this for sure. Anyways, we got a great news piece right here on spider goats. So we're going to educate everybody on spider goats right here on DTM Wicked Radio's Paranormal Circus.
Genetically modified goats? Oh, the tangled webs we weave. But out of goat's milk?
What we think we can do is actually start custom designing genes.
The directions for a human being are written in code, 3 billion letters long. These instructions tell our bodies how to live, how to grow, how to die. Researchers call this code the sequence.
Welcome to Secrets of the Sequence. I'm Lucky Severson. Here's an old Mother Goose rhyme, slightly goosed. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating goat milk, curds, and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and said, "My web silk's in that milk, I say." A spider web in goat milk, even before it comes out of the goat? It may sound like a 1950s B-grade science fiction movie, but it's real. In this new era of transgenic science, Spider-Man is out, and the spider goat is in. Nestled in the countryside outside of Montreal, Canada, there's a goat farm unlike any other. On the outside, the goats look perfectly normal. They run, they play, they munch on hay. But on the inside, the goats harbor an unusual secret. They have been genetically modified with the spider's gene. The result, an animal that is almost all goat, but an itsy-weetsy bit spider. Nexia Technologies, the company that owns this farm, combined the spider and the goat genes in hopes they would eventually be able to produce large quantities of spider silk without having to bother with spiders. What they have accomplished is called biomimicry. That is, creating an animal that has traits similar to those of another species. Who came up with this bizarre concept, and more important, why? The story begins 3,000 miles away, out in Wyoming, where a scientist collects spiders for use in genetic research. He is known as Spider-Man to his colleagues. Professor Randy Lewis has spent 20 years unraveling the secrets of the spider.
Spiders, in the 450 million years they've evolved, have been able to create a protein that has the very impressive mechanical properties that spider silk has. You have sort of Legos that hold everything together, and you have slinkies that allow for elasticity, and the two are combined. And so that's why you can have a single protein that gives you strength and elasticity.
There are at least 36,000 species of spiders in the world, and they all produce silk in glands located in their abdomens. When the fluid is excreted, it passes through spinnerets and comes out the spider as silk threads. One spider species, called the orb weaver, is known for its strong elastic webs. So far, Dr. Lewis has sequenced 4 out of its 6 silk protein genes, each responsible for a different kind of thread, used by the spider for everything from spinning a web to catching prey. In Spider-Man's spider lab, they carefully choose which gland produces which type of silk before pulling the gossamer strand out of the spider. Then each type of silk is tested for its strength, elasticity, and even stickiness.
The analogy we use is that it's like pulling out floss. In as little as a tenth of a second, it gets converted from a liquid to a solid fiber that basically, from then on, is almost indestructible.
Then the silk is stretched on a machine to test how long it will take before it breaks. One of the silks the orb weaver uses, known as dragline, serves as the structure of the web or as a safety rope in case the spider falls. It's considered the strongest silk in the world, able to absorb tremendous amounts of energy before breaking. We estimate that you could stop a jet on an aircraft carrier with a piece of dragline silk that was 1 inch in diameter. Dragline silk could be very valuable, but it is very difficult to produce. The problem is not the lack of spiders, it's the lack of spider farms.
Spiders are, number one, very territorial, and number two, cannibalistic. So they need a certain amount of space in order to be able to, catch the amount of prey they need to live. So what happens is that if they're in a less area than that, either two spiders will fight and one will kill, or what frequently happens, they end up killing each other.
So instead of collecting silk from spiders, Dr. Lewis came up with another way, and that takes us back to the goat farm in Canada. 5 years ago, Dr. Lewis teamed up with the Nexia company near Montreal. They run the Spider Goat Ranch. Together, they spliced dragline silk genes into the genomes of goats, and it seems to have worked. Analysis has shown that 5 to 10% of the offspring carry the gene that produces spider web silk. There is silk in that milk, the result of one spider gene spliced into the goat's 70,000 or so genes. Nexia, with an eye to marketing, named the resulting goat milk silk BioSteel.
We genetically engineer these genes, so when the animal lactates, when it produces milk, then the spider silk product is found in the milk.
The company doesn't spin the milk per se. The spider's silk protein in the milk is distilled out, purified, and then spun through fine tubes into thread-like fibers.
If you were able to spin that 1 gram of the purified spider silk out of the milk, and if you were to stretch that to a fiber that has the fineness of a human hair, you'll make a filament that is at least 9 kilometers long. So if you translate that to how much you can make out of 1 gram, there are several 100 kilometers out of 1 goat per year.
That's a lot of silk from 1 goat. Nexia estimates that a herd of 100 goats should produce enough silk to meet the world's demand for fine medical sutures. The goat milk silk doesn't have quite the same tenacity as natural spider silk, but Nexia claims it will work just fine for the sutures and other uses: artificial ligaments, fishing line, even bulletproof vests. The standard vest is a combination of heavy ceramic plates and tough fiber. Using the BioSteel silk could result in a vest that would withstand the impact of a bullet and yet be made only of the spider goat fibers.
We want to replace this with some more BioSteel fibers, and because silk has the ability to absorb energy and it's strong material at the same time being lightweight.
Using spider goat silk to make bulletproof vests is just the beginning.
What we think we can do is actually start custom designing genes. We think that we can, in fact, create genes to produce proteins that have a defined set of elasticity and a defined tensile strength.
And what do the goats think of their genetically engineered future?
It's hard for me to imagine that there's any difference in a goat with or without the transgene in it. Their behaviors are exactly the same. They're producing milk the same. They produce an extra protein in the milk. From the perspective of the goat, I would argue they probably are the best, the happiest and best taken care of goats in the entire face of the earth.
Nexia hopes to obtain approval from the Food and Drug Administration to get its goat milk silk surgical sutures, thank the writers for that one, the sutures to market within 2 years. If they succeed, they will be the first to market a genetically altered product from a farm animal that is not a drug or a food.
The Secrets of the Sequence teaching materials were developed at Virginia Commonwealth University with funding from the National Academy of Sciences and the Pfizer Foundation. The original public television series, Secrets of the Sequence, was produced by Ward Television with funding from Pfizer, the Pfizer Foundation, Oracle, and the Council for Biotechnology Information. Special thanks to member institutions of the Series Advisory Board, consisting of Virginia Commonwealth University.
The views, opinions, and dialogue expressed on this radio show may not necessarily be of the host, co-host, guest, or even Block Talk Radio. Listener discretion is advised.
Folks, that was this week's lesson on spider goats. That's awesome, right?
Man, but kind of cool in a way.
Wow, the stuff they can do these days. Now, if you cross a spider with a man, that makes sense that Spider-Man has the abilities that he has. Right?
Yeah.
So when he can swing from buildings and stuff like that with these these thin webs and everything, they said that like it was an inch.
Yeah, if it was an inch thick, it could stop an airliner.
Yeah, like an aircraft off a ship or something. It could stop it. So, wow.
Damn, that's awesome, dude.
Oh, I can see why Spider-Man has the powers that he has now. It's fascinating. Freaks me out. It's crazy. So yeah, spider goats. Onyx, do you want a spider goat?
I mean, it's interesting if they use, if they use it for things like, bulletproof vest. Well, then, yeah, by all means, go for it. It's an interesting process. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's
no,
crazy.
It's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat stuff.
I just wonder who the first person was to be like, I'm going to do this. Like the first person ever.
It makes me wonder. Yeah.
I don't know.
If these guys in biogenics just like they go into rooms, take acid, and trip.
That's where they got
stuff.
That's where they got the spider goat.
Dude,
I guess.
we can cross a spider with a goat, man. Call it a spider goat.
I want one. Name him Hank.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Oh, you know what? I also got some messages on Facebook. Folks want to hear more Vince the Madman, and I'm kind of bummed out because Vince hasn't really done any new, interviews or anything. I'm trying to get Onyx to do it. Onyx, can you do interviews when you go downtown? Maybe people or anybody, just with your phone. Make them say stuff.
Yeah, actually tomorrow night is there's a vampire carnival going on downtown, so we'll see what I can do.
Carnival? With rides?
Yeah, at Elysium. There's going to be booths and entertainers, and yeah, I'm curious to see how it's going to play out because there's a lot of people coming, and Elysium is only so big. So I'll do what I can.
In a carnival, are you guys going to have the cakewalk?
No. No.
Oh. Dang it.
No.
How about rides? Do we have rides?
I wish, but no. No.
At least set up those milk bottles and stuff where you can throw the baseball at them and knock them over and win a prize.
I mean, there may be some things set up. I'm not sure. I just know of the booths that are going to be there. There's going to be sideshow acts and entertainers and fire dancers on stage. But yeah, wow. It should be interesting. So I'll see what I can do.
If somebody gets too inebriated, do you drag them out in the back and suck their blood?
No.
Okay. Just check.
No.
Got to say, you don't want to get too drunk, so have your wits about you anyway.
I know.
No, we're just kidding. That doesn't happen. Anyways, so
I'll figure something out.
Yes. So down there, anybody was, ask them questions about the paranormal, anything. That doesn't make any difference. I don't care if you ask them questions about, I don't know, anything, just anything.
Okay.
Record it on your phone.
Anything that's not normal.
Yes.
I'll do what I can.
Well, anyways, so since we don't have any new Vince the Madman interviews, we're going to play a classic from Vince the Madman. And people like this one because people have asked about it, so they must like it. Anyway, right here on DTM Wicked Radio's Paranormal Circus, Vince the Madman.
Hey, Will, this is Vince. I'm on the street. I'm doing an investigation, and I'm investigating a paranormal occurrence where I believe this lady right here is possessed. She's possessed, and this is investigation into that.
I could go into it. And we could look up the detective over a $5,000 theft right here. Okay? And now I'm making my way back to the license. And we pulled up extortion through this bank, and they will be contacted.
What's going
on
in Canada?
So it doesn't matter because of the NASA conference workback that was stolen on the NASA low. Okay? For the bank to roll home run through Mexico, screaming and pulling hair, going to jail for no reason with little Martha Bambino, Mamacita, that works in the court. And since I'm a former postmaster in Paulus, then I had to file it at the post office. So we're probably not going to reopen at Bank of America since we've all stood guard and that kind of thing. And pulled hair and false charges over Roy and Alonzo and Garcia and all the mess. It's already been written up, put in, filed, and my loyalty will lie right here, and even with my white children. Okay? And I'm not bringing in all the countries. Never was.
You have a great day.
And he just saw Canada. He just acknowledged.
Folks, that's the kind of folks that Vince talks to when he goes down in Austin, goes downtown. So, yeah, little Martha Bambino, Mamacito, she's just rambling on, saying all kinds of stuff. I mean, hopefully none of those type of people will show up to your vampire carnival. I just hope they don't. Well, or they can stay outside.
We'll take care of them. We'll see what happens.
Nice. Because it freaks me out. Every time I think about these people, like, being downtown, it's like, man, I don't know. And it's weird because most of the folks downtown, I mean, they're all right. They're just regular people and everything. But there's some people that you walk by and they give you that funny look. They, like, stare at you. But they're, like, looking through you. Do you ever notice that, Onyx, when you go down there?
I mean, Elysium kind of sits off on its own. So we don't get too many passerbys that, stare us down. And I don't really venture off anywhere else. But, I mean, every now and then people will come into Elysium just kind of, like, lost. Like they don't know what to do. There were people that showed up at the Vampire Ball last October that were just straight out of friggin' college fraternity house, like polo shirts. They were lost, and they were by my table, and I remember they just didn't really know what to do. And, I mean, I don't know. It's amazing in this day and age that people still are just, like, so shocked, with the unknown. Like, I don't know. Or the abnormal. I don't know. It's just, we don't get anything crazy. Like, we did in New Orleans. I mean, we got, like, bad attention. But here, it's not as bad. New Orleans is pretty bad. Like, it's pretty rough. Yeah, it's like, they're legit, like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Incredible.
So, yeah.
Wow. Nice. Oh, I got a new just while I was here talking on the radio. It's a lady. She seems normal enough, right? Everything looks fine. Let me see. I'll hit her about just to see what she's about. Okay. Oh, she did go to the University of Hard Knocks in the state of Life Happens.
What?
Okay. Yeah, that's where she went to school. That's pretty good. Well, and it shows her occupation on here. She lists that. You want to know what it is? Actually, she's got two things, Onyx. One, she worked at Bojangles, and her occupation was making dough. So does that mean like money, or is she just trying? I don't know. She's trying to be funny. Making dough. I don't know. But then her other job, so she must be doing like two jobs at one time or something. Whatever. She works at Subway, and she's a sandwich artist. So, very good. She's a sandwich artist, and also she's making the dough. Huh. Sounds pretty awesome. So I should respond to that one, like, confirm her, right? Seems regular enough. Well, make sure you always got to check the photos. Okay, make sure she's not some old creepy guy or something like that posing as a woman. Look at her friends. Her friends, I got like 322 mutual friends with her and stuff. They're all like paranormal people. So okay, it's fine. Boom, confirmed, lady. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, it was a good week. I had a really nice week this week. So I'm not going to bore everybody with it because it was just good. I'll just keep it at that. Have your own damn week. Worry about yourself or change. So, anyway, no, I'm just kidding, folks. Whatever. Crawl out of your mom's basement and do something for yourself. Exactly. Make something of yourself. That'd be good, right? That's right. There I go. See, this is the second week in a row I start like spouting off on our listeners. I love our listeners. They're wonderful. Excellent. They send me great messages all the time. Tell me what a great job we're doing. Saying mean things. So, anyways. I'm just kidding, sort of. Maybe, kind of. Not. Anyway. We did have a great week this week. Tonight was a great night. Excellent show, as always. We couldn't have done this without the folks at DTM Wicked Radio. Denny and his wife, Tiffany, hooking us up here. Getting us on iHeartRadio. Download the app onto your mobile device so you can take Paranormal Circus with you everywhere you go. Because why wouldn't you? Don't be an idiot. Just download it immediately. Put us on there so we can yell at you. Then also hit us up on Excite Radio. We're there too. We're on podcast, Podbean, Spreaker, all this other stuff. You can't even turn the corner without seeing Paranormal Circus. So get used to it. Get used to all the animal noises and crap. Because that's what we're bringing you. We're bringing you animals right here. Believe that. So, yeah. So, once again, for Will, Robbie, and Alyssa, thank you. Have a blessed week. And actually,
thanks.
Robbie, yeah. What do you got to say to these people before we get out of here, Alyssa?
Do what?
What do you have to say to them? They're all listening to us right now.
Y'all are cutting out. I don't have any reception in my house. I hear little bits and pieces. Am I supposed to say bye?
Right. Onyx just said you guys are a bunch of idiots and tune in next week.
I don't have reception.
I'm sorry, Onyx. She doesn't have reception right now. She said she's going to give me $1 million stuff, so that's really cool. Anyway, Robbie, take us out of this dang place.
Join us next week for more of the Paranormal Circus. If you ain't listening to us, then you're probably walking around and stepping on spider goat shit. Ah! Oh! Later!
I have a secret, and you keep it. It involves spilling blood, and your waste. Don't mistake my intention. It's not this, or a murder for carnal disgrace. That would be unlawful. It's lawful. There's a purpose right now. While you're facing the ground, who wants to see this? Understand what I'm talking about? While your family